In this video, I will be not ranking every single fighting style in GPO from worst to best. Now, starting off as quick as possible, we have Mink Combat. Mink Combat is a race that is locked behind the Mink race. Yes, you have to be a Mink to get this. That is what it is. It's the worst because it's pretty rare to get this, and it's behind the race. And not only is that the problem, but the problem also comes from it does barely any damage. The fighting style does barely any damage, so that's kinda dookie right there. But one good thing about it, I'd say, is that it stuns a lot, because it's a lightning kind of fruit. I guess it stuns a lot. It has good combo potential, but it does no damage almost, and you need to be a Mink race to be able to buy it, and there's no range on the fighting style. There's no GPO or skywalk, so the mobility is gone, and it only has one block break, which is kind of useless because it's kind of short range. So altogether, this is the worst fighting style in its entirety at all. Alright, so the next thing we have up is the one sword style. So the one sword style, it is a very interesting fighting style, but there's another problem with this, is that this is mainly used by early level players. If you want to use this, usually you should use this, but it's mainly for early level players and PvP. If you are at the end game of content, your GPO content, this is not really as useful compared to something like Black Leg or Rokushiki. So that's the pros, are that it's very good for PvP because it's combo. It has a good potential for damage too, but it lacks the movement like GPO and skywalk. It takes a lot of stamina, and the style is doesn't really work with PvP as much. So you should use this mainly for leveling up during early game. That's what I believe. So let's move on to the next. So the next one we have is Fishman Karate. Fishman Karate is the fighting style of the Fishman. You have to be a Fishman, just like the Mink race. It's behind a race, so that's a problem right already. And to be honest, this is a good fruit for grinding. I'd say it's a very good fruit for like Krakens and sea beast and stuff like that. But the problem is that it doesn't really have any mobility moves because it doesn't have any GPO or skywalk. And if somebody's in the air, or you're fighting something in the air, you can't really hit it easily compared to if it's on the ground. One benefit I see of this is that it allows stealthy users to swim basically, and it allows them, if you do some, like if you constantly hop, if you constantly swim, you know, so you don't drown if you do correctly. So that's good. As a whole, I'd say this is kinda gets ruined by the fact that it's behind Fishman. You have to be a Fishman. It's pretty rare to get that. But other than that, it is a pretty good fighting style, and you should use it if you have the ability. If you cannot get any better, personally I say is that you should use the better ones that are coming soon. I'm not gonna spoil it. So generally speaking, let's move on to the next, which is Rokushiki. This fighting style right here is the fighting style of a support. This is a support fighting style. It's not a main fighting style. You should only be using this in tandem with a good Devil Fruit, if you're smart at it. The advantage here is that amazing utility moves. So if you're going to get attacked, you use Tekka, which blocks all incoming attacks, so you get invulnerable, like invincible, for like a couple of like seconds, I guess. GPO, you should know, like skywalk, Sora, which is like a quick dash. And so this is an amazing PvP, but only if you use this along with Devil Fruit, because otherwise it's kind of weak by itself. Next we have is Black Leg Sanji's legs. Right here is a fun style. This is very easy to get, and this only costs 9,000. You can buy it from Baratia. Now this is a pretty good And what I recommend doing is to use this at any level and just keep using this. This is all around great. It has amazing combat potential. It barely uses your stamina. It has amazing utility moves like Conquest and Skywalk. It deals a lot of damage if you use it right. I mean, even if you don't use it right, it still does a lot of damage. And you can cheese a lot of mobs, and you can level up really fast. So you can literally level up to max using only Black Leg without anything else. Just with Black Leg, you can go to max and still be doing well. You can dash for a block using this, which is good. And really the only problem with it is that sometimes you can get attacked while doing an attack, so that like it doesn't have an iframe, so that's the problem. And it doesn't have any ranged moves, but that doesn't really matter. So that's all. Peace out. For this is all the fighting styles, and this is everything, and that's all. Peace out.